Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? This is G-Man1172. Coming at you live through the power of the internet. What am I doing? Boogie2988 already owns that dildo brain, or dildo baggins as I was recently called. That's actually really funny. I enjoyed that. Seriously, I just wanted to touch base on this really heated topic from one of my favorite podcasts. It's the Crossfire podcast on Mooch's channel. And it got really heated that night, and I really enjoyed it. It was a great panel discussion. It's about Xbox Game Pass includes first-party games day one. The bottom line here is when it comes to that, there's a long game. There's always a long game. Not always, I should say, but there's a long game involved, in my opinion, when it comes to this. PSN Plus had a long game. Do you remember when PSN Plus was instituted on the PS3? $50 a year, you get 2 games a month. Free games, quote-unquote, bullshit. They're leased video games, because as soon as you don't subscribe, you don't have access. I remember, I'm a longtime poster on System Wars Forum, and I remember telling the Sony fanboys, this is a Trojan horse. There's a long game involved here, kids, and it's called the Trojan horse. You are going to be paying for multiplayer next generation. And I remember quite a few of those fanboys, back in when was that instituted? 2009? I remember quite a few of those fanboys telling me, you're crazy, you X-Bone jerk, or X-Bot, or whatever they used to call us. Oh, lemmings. They called us lemmings. You're crazy. You just want to believe Sony's going to be as evil as Microsoft, but Sony cares about gamers and gaming. What happened? It was a fucking Trojan horse. You're paying for multiplayer on PlayStation now. I'm not saying that to say, ooh, I know better than anyone else. I'm saying it's just nature. It's the nature of business. There's a long game involved here with this Xbox Game Pass thing. I don't know what it is, and I really appreciate Boomstick XL and Mooch, and I appreciate you, Crap Gamer. Even though you and I had words on Twitter, doesn't matter. Dude, you had some great points. I appreciate the way all of you guys shared some stuff, but I really agree with you, Mooch, and you, Boomstick. We don't know what the long game is here. We don't. I can tell you this. In Redmond, Washington, there are some intelligent people with, serious degrees in finance, economics, and marketing, plotting the course for this $400 billion giant corporation. I'm telling you right now, this idea for first-party games to go day and date on Xbox Game Pass was not come up by 3 fucking janitors in the break room sharing a bento box in Redmond, Washington. Let's be real here. These guys have a plan. I don't know what it is. None of us are privy to it. But they wouldn't be sacrificing this money, as somebody said on the podcast. They're going to be losing pre-orders for Sea of Thieves. Why should I keep it if I can just play the game by paying $10 a month? They wouldn't be passing up that money if they didn't, in the long game, see it as a moneymaker. And yes, it may turn out to be that the Xbox puts its games on other devices. And one of the members of that podcast may be right. It could be the Switch. I can definitely see where he was going with that. This is where you got to, this is where the fanboyism you got to show some detachment. Microsoft doesn't give a shit. Forum praise doesn't add to the bottom line. Podcast praise, having a preferred brand and wanting it to be relevant, guys, they don't care. They want to make money. That's what they want. They're starting to see that they have to do things differently than Sony and Nintendo, I think. Nintendo discovered they had to do things differently. They now get away with, at least every other generation, they get away with making a console less powerful than anyone else's, and they just get a pass. Come on, they're selling us fucking cardboard. You know what I mean? Come on. Dude, Microsoft is discovering they do not have the benefits that Sony has with an insular population in Japan. Japanese devs will never forego supporting Japanese console makers. The Japanese Times, Japan Times, in 2016 put out a little article about the top 10 companies that Japanese people are most proud of and love to support out of pride. Sony was number 2 on the list. Okay? Bottom line, Xbox doesn't have that in the United States. United States game developers are never going to forego the money they could make on the PlayStation just to support Microsoft because it's their countrymen. It's a corporation founded, incorporated, and still employing Americans in the United States. They employ more Americans than Sony does. I can tell you that because I'm a stock owner in both of them, and I get quarterly reports, okay? The bottom line, these are just my opinions, obviously. I'm probably all over the map on this. I know but this is what I think is really going on. There's a long game involved. None of us know what it is. I don't know what it is. I like owning my games. I do. But you know what? I also have 175 of them on my Steam account. People got over not truly owning a game when Steam really took off. Trust me, people will be able to get over not truly owning a game on consoles as well. That's G-Man 1172. That's my opinion on the matter. Thanks for listening. If you like what you heard, hit me a like. I don't expect you to subscribe. This is guerrilla game video making at its worst. Talk to you soon.